Welcome to the Big Brother Breakdown with Joleen. Welcome to the BB Breakdown with Joleen. That's me and Sarah Atwood from Nerdtainment.
Yes.
Man, that was a good one. That was our best one yet.
Hey, we're getting there. We're doing it.
Yay. Welcome everybody joining us live. Make sure you smash that like and hit the subscribe. Every Friday, Sarah joins me here to talk BBCAN9. We're going to be talking live feed spoilers from today, April 9th, 2021. Also, make sure you're subscribed to Sarah at Nerdtainment if you're not already subscribed, because we go live there on Tuesdays to talk BBCAN. It's like crossover episodes, like when Buffy and Angel aired at the same time and they would do crossover episodes.
We're so like Buffy and Angel. We are Mm-hmm.
I think we are like them too. If you guys want to support us, feel free to follow us on social media. Otherwise, Super Chat is a great way. You can do it on YouTube and it'll highlight your comment. And it's a super fun way. But leave all your thoughts, comments, and concerns in the chat. And I also have links in the description, Patreon, PayPal, all that fun stuff if you guys want to support. But really, you just being here is support enough. So
it is.
It really is. Sarah, how are you doing today? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. I'm doing okay. It's gorgeous weather.
Yay.
Got my mother-in-law in town. She got that vaccine and she came to visit. We're going to hang out. We're going to party. We both have hair appointments tomorrow. It's just like, it's a new world, y'all. It's like I'm living a life.
I love it. I was thinking about tomorrow maybe going and getting my first pedicure since 2019.
Yes.
Because I have one vaccine. I got one Pfizer.
There you go.
So if I mask it up and stuff, maybe I'll be safe, right?
Yes.
8%, something? Okay.
I think I'm getting mine next week. I think so. Fingers crossed.
Your first vax or second?
Mm-hmm. First.
Okay. All right. Nice. Which one do you think you're going to get?
No idea. Whatever one they'll give me, I'll take.
Pretty much. Yeah. I looked into it and I picked Pfizer.
Oh, did you?
I like Germans. So that was that.
My brother-in-law got the Johnson & Johnson, one and done. I mean, that sounds lovely. Even
That's
though
what my brother
some
wants to do.
Question it, but I mean, I'd like to just go once if I could.
Right? I think that one is like 60%, up to 60% or something. And then the other two are like 90 some, but you never know. You never know. That's the thing. It's like, maybe we'll find out. Just kidding. Johnson & Johnson's 90% too. So I think just getting
They don't know anything, but we're just going to do our best, y'all. We're just doing our best around these parts.
Yes. So welcome everybody. Thank you for saying we look lovely. Oh my gosh. Okay. So we have so much to get into. Thank you for calling us your favorite ladies. Thank you for joining us on Periscope. Thank you for joining us on Twitch. Sarah, I'm so close to affiliate. I average 2.7 viewers a stream.
Yes.
I can just get to 3.
You're so close. So close. Got to get you there.
Science is hard. Okay. So I actually went live yesterday and decided to cover the episode because it was a double. And I'm like, maybe I'll just cover the episodes again. I was kind of pulling back a little bit, but maybe especially Thursday eviction episode. So if you guys missed that, check the video out before this. I break down the episode, but I'll ask your thoughts, Sarah, on last night's double eviction.
Well, we were sad about the first eviction. It was sad to see Vic go, but boy, did she handle it well. She knows she was going to win the whole game. We know it. She knows it. And they had to take her out. She gets it. She'll be back for All Stars. She is a legend. Arissa said it. She exited so well. So that was expected, sad, but we get it. And then it was also kind of expected, the second person losing Ro, but it's disappointing because he was our little underdog, being all scrappy and winning vetoes. And so losing him really sets the triangle up for an end run here. And that's just not as exciting. So, but I get it. Kiefer won fair and square. He took out the person he wanted to take out.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you guys, well, just if you didn't already see in the title, there's spoilers. If you guys aren't, if you didn't know, Kiefer, and everybody knows, but Kiefer is very proud of himself. And he is all over the feeds being like, I took those two, I don't know if he called them idiots, but he has no love for Kyle and he has no love for Ro. And he's like, yeah, so maybe they shouldn't have messed with me in the food storage. And now everyone's going to want my Keep it real shirts. I keep wanting to call him Queefer, and people are like, Queefer. I'm like, that's what they call him. Like, that's what he was saying. Like, okay, Queefer. So keep it real. And He also believed that he would have been, if Canada had a Canada's favorite player, he would be Canada's favorite player.
He's very proud that he got the 2 guys out that he wanted to get out. And but I don't know. He knows he wasn't Canada's favorite. Maybe he thinks now that Roe is out, but he knew Roe was Canada's favorite, and he was hurting. He was hurting about it.
Well,
every time Roe won skip the dishes, it just was like another dagger in his heart.
It cut him. But today on the feeds, when someone said he was talking to someone and they were like, no, Roe would win. He's like, no, would have been me, because I think he's like, my people would have turned out. And we vote.
Well, they did. I mean, he was captain first week, so he's got a point there, I guess.
They're we vote for each other even when we don't like each other.
Yeah. That's right.
So there you go. I mean, he's loving himself too much, Marcia, and I think that's stopping a lot of people from being full on the Kiefer train, is that when you are smelling your own toots a little too much and enjoying it, that's when we're like,
you know what? We are to that point in the season. Today was that day when I go, oh, yep, everyone's full of themselves. They've been trapped in there too long. They were, as a group, I mean, we haven't even talked about who's HOH yet, but like as a group, they were like, wow, how good are we? We lined them up and took them out. We are one of the greatest. I mean, like they're just doing, it happens every season, but it's just like, oh my God, here we are.
You are exactly right. And as Sarah said, we haven't talked about who won HOH, but spoiler alert, Jed won HOH, you guys.
Yeah, he did.
So what did they say the comp was? I wasn't paying attention.
It's the one, well, I don't know exactly how this one's set up, but it's one of those where you eliminate other people. So you're putting a ball on other people, and they first all put their balls on Tara, and obviously that's not going to go well. But they weren't putting their balls on Brayden, and Jed came down to those 2 is what it sounded like, and Jed took it.
And let me tell you guys, Tara's big mad. So Tara basically, I mean, it's not like she really could blow up her own game, because, I mean, she did kind of, actually, I would say after
she did that
Vic
weeks ago.
Yeah. After Vic left, though, she blew up Brayden's game so bad, Brayden and Roe, that I feel as though Brayden would have been maybe the next target before Tara. But after this competition, Tara really made her own bed as far as being a target. Now, a lot could change. We have a whole week ahead of us. But I think we would have been a little more open to possibly keeping her. But apparently, during the competition, she was very mad, yelled at them, and called them cowards for putting the balls on her and working as an alliance, as alliances do sometimes to help each other win in these competitions. Because Tara, clearly, this is her first Big Brother experience. I can't believe she ever watched. If this surprises her that people who clearly are working together are working together. So she was mad about that. And then she ends up like getting in a fight with Kiefer. And then Kiefer tells her, or she says something about, you don't have my vote. I'm going to end up voting for Jed in the end. You guys are Jed's going to win it. And she tells Kiefer that she's not going to vote for him. And Kiefer says, don't vote for me. I don't need your vote. Something like that. Like very basic Big Brother no-nos you don't want to do, because we've seen those type of things on Survivor and Big Brother come back and bite you in the ass. Remember when you said not to vote for you? Well, I'm not going to now, and jury. You never want to do that. You've seen Russell Hantz do that on Survivor, not to bring him up again, but he's a classic example.
You love him. You've brought him up every week.
I do like to watch like how crazy his game is, for sure. As in like love, no. But the classic example of how important the social aspect is in jury management and not shitting on people completely, Russell Hantz is a classic study of that for these game shows. I have juries.
You bring up a good point, because Tara's game has been crap since the beginning. No one has really wanted to work with her since the beginning, but she had gotten herself in this perfect position of being a GOAT where, if you sat next to her, she doesn't get any votes. So she could have been dragged to the end, but her social game is so bad. She says 100% the wrong things at 100% all the times. And she just kept making it worse and worse and worse, and never once appeared to attempt to make it any better. I think she's a self-sabotager. I think she gets in her own way and makes things worse than they are as some sort of like deep down subconscious things she doesn't know she's doing, but she is her worst enemy, and she 100% killed her own game.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think she might be a self-sabotager because this was just not very smart. Like, Tina remains under the radar. Not under the radar. I mean, she's on their radar, obviously, but she remains not explosive.
Totally.
Like Tara. And so Tara, yes, her social game is shit. Even Jed and Ty, and they're all talking about it, and they're like, girl, this is how alliances work. Like, we wanted to see if we could work with you, but you were very standoffish. The oddballs thing came out. Like, I don't know what you expect if you were in power. Tara then told them, now that Jed and Ty, or Jed's in power, when Jed's in power, Ty's in power. So now that Jed and Ty are in power, she was like, yeah, I was going to put a combination of you guys on the block, and then maybe with Beth. And she just was like, I'm not lying anymore. Oh, now we're playing Vic's game. Now we're going to be I'm not lying. Maybe you should lie a little bit in this situation. You don't have to divulge that information, because for sure,
oh my God, yes,
sinks your ship.
Even when she was she's been on the block, and like, she never could sit down with the people in power and say, okay, let's make a deal. I'll never put you up. Like, she could never bring herself to any of those things. I mean, when Beth was HOH last week, she was like, Beth, I'll probably put you up as like a pawn, or maybe you'll be my backup. Like, I'm like, what? Beth is HOH. What are you doing?
She's just not good at this.
And then she's shocked when they take her out of the HOH. Oh my God, honey.
And then she's comparing herself to Tina. Did they say that to you, Tina? Well, you didn't do that to Tina, because Tina, first of all, she's a
different person.
Sunsetter, technically.
Well,
yeah. And she's a different person. Exactly. She doesn't play that kind of social game. Tina is able to stay calm. She's able to read situations, go and be like, hey, where they at, guy? Yeah, how you doing there? And then figure it out. Where Tara is explosive, and Tara really thinks this is a big plot. You're taking out everyone I've aligned with. That's what she told, I think, Jed, because Jed took her to Wendy's. And it's like, Tara, you're a non-factor at this point. You haven't won much. Tina's dragging you along, because you don't have to win in competitions in this game to win Big Brother, or be doing well, or to be playing the game, I should say. Because Tina, Sarah and I will argue with you, is playing the game. People on Twitter want to say she's not. People in the comments want to tell me she's not doing shit. But another example today of her, she made sure, because knowing that Tara, now he plans to put up Tara and Tina on the block, he's told Tina that there might be a Brayden backdoor, which you never know. But as of now, I'm pretty sure Tara's going. And Tina asked the right questions. When Tara's all emotional and she's very like egotistical about it, like me, and me, and it's all about me, and they don't like me, and me. Tina's like, okay, well, did they ask you, I think, did they ask you if I knew that you were going to put them up since you divulged the information? She's like, no, they didn't ask me. So then Tina knew that she could go into that conversation going, I had no idea that she was going to I don't know what she's doing, cuckoo. So Tina's always thinking 3 steps ahead of Tara. Tara's in that moment. She's in her feelings. She feels sorry for herself. She even went as low. Now, Tara had such a sad, in the last night's episode edit, hearing back about her brother and the 14-year anniversary. All my sympathy is with Tara for that, because losing a sibling, I can't imagine. I hope I never have to. I'm the oldest sibling. I hope I die before my little brother, because that's how it should go, you know?
Yes.
I know a lot of people struggle and have lost siblings, and my heart goes out to you. And, you know, they give her an edit about it, and that was good, I think, because everyone's got their backstory. So that adds something to her backstory. And I'm like, yes, Tara, you know, but then apparently, Sarah, during this HOH, she brought it up again and said, on the anniversary, because it's the 14-year anniversary of her brother dying on Monday, on the anniversary of my brother's death, they're going to see you guys covering me with balls. My family's going to see this. And I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
But
I think that's just how she thinks. Like, I just don't think she thinks outside of this like little ball of,
you're right,
the worst is happening to me at all times. I don't think she's capable of seeing outside of that. No, she's definitely not self-aware. She's not able to be like, okay, I'm in a competition, I'm playing, it's not working out, maybe I should change my tactic. Like, she just cannot, she does not have big picture vision. Like, she is just stuck in a rut. Back to Tina, because we love Tina. She, you know, here she is, she's worried. She knows her girl Tara just not doing good. She's going to go on the block. not looking good. But Tina's like, I got to try my best not to be sitting next to her. And so she's like,
Yes.
Tara, I would pull you down if I won the veto. I would. But I got to tell them I'm not going to. So she gave Tara the heads up. Tina goes up to Jed and she did her best. She was like, look, I'm not using the veto on Tara. I know Tara's got to go at some point. I'm a sunsetter. Remember, we have a final 5 sunsetter thing here. Remember that? So no need to put me up, right? Because Brayden's not a sunsetter. Like she's doing the work. And Jed, he's like, oh, yeah, no. I mean, I think you do. Optics, you need to sit next to her, but we'll pull you down. I mean, he overplayed the "we'll pull you down" card. I was like, I didn't hear anyone say they were going to pull her down if you guys won veto. But he heavily alluded to like a Brayden backdoor plan, which is just like their plan B, not really what's going to happen. But Tina did her work. He gave her the heads up. She'll be sitting next to Tara, and we will see if Tara goes. More than likely. I mean, Tara hasn't won anything.
Well, and she's already ready. This is the argument. Like, Sarah, you and we had quite the stream on Tuesday on your channel. Ooh, it was very divisive. Like, you and I tend to disagree on these shows. Busy and I disagree on our shows too. I love that about like when I cover with people. It's kind of boring if we just think the same thing all the time. It's like, oh, cool, you like him, I like him. So sometimes people get that wrong with me and Busy too. They'll be like, do you guys have good cop, bad cop thing going? And we're like, no, we just like, he just thinks his way, I think my way. So Sarah and I were talking about the Vic and the house meeting or whatever, but people had very strong opinions about it. And this is kind of what I mean with Tara and Tara's gameplay. It's just, so I don't want to get back into the house fight, but when people say, you don't belong here, this is the argument I say for why the whole house has been talking about how she doesn't really deserve her spot, because she already wants to quit. Like, she's already like, forget, I'm out. I don't want to do this. And Kiefer and the throuple and even Brayden, they're like, there's a whole week ahead. Like, there's a POV still. Quit after the Kiefer's like, I had quit after the POV. It's just, we always have these kind of players in Big Brother who are just like, that's it, it's over. Is there no fight in you, or you're not happy to be there? And the main reason is, again, this whole jury thing. And now it's not that she'll be in jury without her kids. Now she doesn't want to be in jury because Vic's in jury. So there's always going to be a reason with Tara. And I'm just like, Tara,
have fun with that.
I know. I'm just like, play the freaking game and quit trying to quit every 5 minutes. It's annoying as a fan to watch that.
Absolutely. I get that. Most people say, I don't want to go to jury. Don't say, I don't want to go to jury first. Don't send me to jury. Like, I get it. Nobody wants to go to jury. But the way they made it sound, I mean, we'll see on the show Monday, but the way they made it sound is she actually quit BHOH comp. That she started throwing balls, got mad and yelled at them, and didn't finish the comp, which is not a good look. I hope she didn't do that, because that does air on television, and she's surprisingly getting a great edit on if you don't watch the feeds, you probably are rooting for Tara. Like, it's a great edit. But she did that, and then she stormed around and called them all cowards and said Jed's going to win. She did the whole drama thing, which is, true to Tara. And then she's told them, like, I guess I'll just give up. Like, should I even play for veto? And again, you're like, do you understand you're in a game? Like, at least just play. If you lose and go, but like, try.
And I would agree with you, Adam, that it could be reverse psychology. But
true. Will did it very well.
Yes, but Will did it in a way that he let us know in the DR, he let us know in the edit, he let us know. Do you know what I mean? Like, Tara isn't self-aware enough to do reverse psychology. I think Tara is this is why I think her and Vic on a lot of levels, they were very much alike in their emotions and their being kind of, even their fight together. I was talking about it last night on my live. It was very on equal playing fields. They both come at it the same way. They both get mad. They both swear. They both, they have similar fighting styles, I should say. So I think, and wear their emotions on their sleeve. So I don't think and I mean, Tara is the least self-aware person in the house. Let's be honest.
She is. Today, she said, she was just, of course, complaining about her game. And she's like, it's been, dead in the water for weeks here. And she's like, I can't complain. I didn't win anything. I'm weak. And And Tina so very nicely said, well, I think it was more your social game, not that you're weak. Like she was trying to say not you're weak, but she like did say social game. And then Tara goes, I actually don't think it has anything to do with me. And I was like, ah!
This is a classic Karen behavior. I think Summer's right here. Tara is low-key Karen. It's classic Karen behavior. It's like, it's not me, it's everybody else. And everyone else is wrong and no one else should be here except for me. And where is Mexico? Like, I really think this is classic behavior of someone she's not self-aware at all. And she's been saying, well, I mean, it's even if I stay this week, even if I win the POV, it doesn't matter because I'm out next. No, win the POV, then win a HOH, make some deals. You have 3 people right now and Kiefer who constantly are waffling, flipping, flopping. If you paid more attention to that, you could see and find the cracks in the foundation because there will be that, because Beth is already talking to the cam saying, I want to get Kiefer out, which, yeah, Beth, you better be wanting to get Kiefer out. I mean, he's going to win this game because if you guys have been following the Rob Has a Podcast, when they do the exit interviews, Taryn just interviewed Rowan and Vic, and they both were like, Keith's playing the best game. Keith's playing a great game. And no one is giving the throuple the credit for anything. And especially Beth. She's another delusional. She thinks, she's been talking to the cams and she did it weeks ago and she did it when she was HOH and just saying, I have a great social game. Like, everybody loves me. I'm great. But really what Tina's view of what people think of best game is really what they think. They're basically that she's been, no matter what move she's made, she's been dragged along by Jed and Ty, which isn't necessarily true because Beth has made some decisions that were not in their favor and they did not necessarily want. So Beth has made some moves, but she's not the strategic big brother genius she thinks she is. And nobody wants to give her the credit because, again, her social game isn't on point either because from day one, a lot of the house guests just deemed her as very fake. And so they never believed anything and they thought she was just hiding behind her meat shields.
And unfortunately, there's always a layer of sexism. We have to just acknowledge it.
Yes,
she has to do twice as many moves if she's going to sit at that final 2 chair and play up her game next to either Jed, Ted, Kiefer. That's just what she's going to have to do. Did I say Jed, Ted? I've said that so many times. Jed, Ty, or just Ted is both of them. I don't know. She has to do way more. Kiefer is absolutely playing one of the best games. He and Tina and Vic, but Vic's out. But he and Tina are playing, both of the greatest games. I don't know though, because Kiefer. So yes, there's talk about backdooring Kiefer, but like all day today, they've been together in groups. So Beth hasn't been able to talk to Jed. This was last night stuff before they played HOH that Beth was talking about it. So she might not have the ability. She has to she has to get Brayden on board. She has to get Tina and Tara. Like she has to do some big moves, which would be great to see because getting Kiefer out actually would be good for their games. But yeah, I don't know because Jed and Ty, even though Kiefer's kind of down their list, there's other people lower on the list that they're going to take out first, which is where we are right now.
Jed and Ty legit, I think, want to go Sunsetter strong to the end and then battle it out because they keep talking about the standoff that they're all going to have with each other, but they're going to get there first. So I think if it was up to them at this point, they would they'd take out Brayden, take out Tara, and they'd keep Tina because they don't think Tina has done anything, and then it would be the 5 of them at the end. And I think what they keep saying we're going to be the greatest alliance in history, and I think they're probably thinking of they want to be that, they want to be able to use that in their speeches and stuff like that. But it does that's why Tara, for her to sink her own ship by getting in a fight with Kiefer and all this bullshit, it's just stupid at this point because I think Kiefer, even though he's under the mist and he likes hanging out with the pretty guys and stuff, I think logically he has to know that he takes a little bit of a risk sitting next to them the longer he goes on in the game because the more comps they win, the more likable they are. You just never know. At this point, if Kiefer sat next to Jed and Ty, it sounds like from the 2 jurors, he would win. But
yeah, which is actually great because he should beat the guys if he sits next to them. But he has to win that comp and choose which one he wants to take because they ain't taking you, Kiefer. And he probably can. I mean, we just saw him like dominate that double eviction comp, HOH comp that is about the season. So that, you know, that HOH down the line, he's got it ready to go. He has all of the days and all that information, but
yeah, Beth
I don't know.
Lose to Jed. Beth needs Beth, I don't know at this point with the jury. I think Ro and Vic, you heard the interview with Taryn that they did. I think they had Beth pretty far down their list, right? Vic and Ro.
I did not listen to that interview, but I have to imagine they have Beth way down that list.
I think they had Ty higher. I think
putting respect on her.
They're not putting respect on Beth. And I think the longer, I don't think Vic's ever going to vote for her. If Tara goes, I don't think Tara's going to vote for her. Tara said she wants to vote Jed. So this is the interesting thing about jury. You have to be very careful because whoever you send there, they consult the outcome. You know, they can get in there and salt your game to the other. Oh, but well, you didn't know about this. You know about that. Yeah. And if they have a vendetta and someone like Tara, she will do that.
We've just watched a season where these two guys, Jed and Ty, didn't really have to win anything. And they've been so protected for this whole season. So if either one of them sits in the final chair, whatever that mist was, whatever that social game is that has protected them is going to give them the win. That's just how this math works out. And at this point, they're still so very protected that I just have to imagine they're getting there.
Yeah, I mean, I have to imagine too. Obviously, I want Ty to win because he's on my draft and I enjoy him. But if it came down to the two of them, I'm saying. But I do feel as though, you know, Kiefer, despite being annoying and up his own booty, I think he does. He is playing a better game. And
he did something really great today. I mean, this is just par for the course of Kiefer. Like, he sees the big picture. He can think through these things. He's sitting in the HOH with Jed, Ty, and Beth. And he says, he kind of just laid out a really great strategy. He was like, look, if Tina or Tara come down off of the block, instead of taking out Brayden, because they originally were like, we want Tara out, then Brayden, then Tina. He was like, we always break up Tina and Tara. Whichever one of them goes, because then we use Brayden, we set him up to win the next HOH, use Brayden to take out whoever's left, Tina or Tara, and then he's not eligible to play the next HOH. We easily take him out. Then they're set up perfectly, right? And he said this to them, and I was like, yes, that's great. But you just basically showed them how smart you are because not one of them is coming up with this kind of thing. It's never crossing their mind yet. And so for them, they should be like, holy crap, Kiefer's too smart. He's got to go. But they're not going to. They're going to keep Kiefer. And so for Kiefer, he should, you know, he should win out. Like, he's the one who figures this crap out.
And Beth seems to be the only one who really would be like, let's get Kiefer out, where the boys want to keep
at this point.
And Beth is trying to make women alliances. Well, let me tell you, it's not going well if your showmance is putting up the only other two women. So maybe you should have talked him into something else, or even Brayden. But at this point, Beth is just, it's a struggle, you guys.
She's trying, but it's a little late. It's a little late.
It is a little late. Maureen is saying, I don't enjoy what Ty is doing to Brayden. So we have been on the feeds. We've been gotten confirmation official that they're not, you know, a showmance. They're not. It's more strategy. And Ty said there's been cuddling and some rubbing, but he was afraid, Ty said on the feeds, to win HOH this week because he was afraid that Brayden would want to be up in his room all the time. And he wasn't into that. And then Jed and Beth said, come on, take one for the team. And then Jed said, I took one for the team for Beth. And Beth's like, ah. And he's like, just kidding, baby, I love you. Because they like went on a date and were dressing up and they're just all over each other. Yeah. But unfortunately, it seems
Ty said, I wouldn't be able to deliver and I don't want to get in that situation. So it was he made it very clear in this talk with the three of them that was strategy. There's nothing there. And he now doesn't want to get stuck in a position. Yeah. When Jed was like, take one for the team, Ty was like, wait, are you serious right now?
Yeah.
Are you guys serious?
Can't do that. I think, how does Ty get himself out of the Brayden situation? I think it's it's as simple as like when you're dating someone or you're newly kind of feeling each other out and you're just like,
Ghost.
Ghost. It's hard to ghost in the house, but vote him out. That's one. Or just, the classic, like you're such a good person. You're such a good friend, but I'm not really looking for anything serious right now. And, I just enjoy you and your company and your presence and you're such a superior human. And, you just build people up and they go bullshit, but it's, it could work. There's not much that he can do. I think if you're talking about spare or getting out of it and then also sparing Brayden's feelings, probably not going to happen. But I do think that in this type of situation, no promises were made. This was kind of just like hooking up, touching. This isn't the first time we've seen flirting as strategy in Big Brother. Maybe it's the first time we've ever seen same-sex flirting and happening for like U.S. Big Brother. I don't think we've ever seen.
Just Zanky.
Yeah, exactly. We've seen Zanky. What am I talking about? So, I mean, it's not, I don't think it's malicious. I can't really say though, because I just don't see Ty.
Well, it's not malicious because it's Big Brother, you guys. Like, people do all sorts of levels of manipulation. This is just part of a social game. So flirting is a big part of it. Just because it's same sex doesn't make it more malicious than opposite sex, in my mind.
Yeah, I think I agree with you there, Sarah, because we've seen so many different types of manipulation in this game, and flirting is just one of the ones that
is flirting worse than swearing on your family. Like, where do you draw the line? What's
really? I mean, technically, it's supposed to be Big Brother is a game of manipulation. It's a game of you're lying to people and things like that. So when everyone's like a clean game, when Vic was like a clean game, like nobody plays a clean game. But even Vic herself saying that knows that. Even everyone else in the game, they know that. But I think a little bit of the real world sometimes pokes in because we do know that some of these Big Brother players are really like that in real life, but some of them aren't. And it's hard to separate who you are really and who you are in the house. So I think little signs of that come in and then you start feeling bad and having remorse because in real life, you're not really encouraged to be this manipulative, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, there you go. Lady Diane says, hide out in the ballroom. That's what he could do. Just hide under the balls until they vote Brayden out at this point. But for Ty, there are consequences to all actions. So when you do that, that might have consequences to you in the long run, and it could affect the jury's look at him.
Yeah, he's got to be, he does have to like deal with it and play out the situation and be like, I'm all for rubbing, but that's all I want to do. Like, he just needs to own it.
Yeah. Maureen says cuddling and touching privates is not flirting. What do you think about that, Sarah?
It's heavy flirting. You're right. It's past flirting. It is a step past.
But it's not like he was like, I'm going to marry you. We're in a relationship. It was like
social manipulation when you're in Big Brother, period. Whether it's Beth and Jed doing it to each other or Christy and Cody doing it or, touching.
Christy
and
Cody. Oh, Cody was remember him with the married Christine. I was like, who's Christy?
Christine. Okay, sorry. You didn't get it. Whatever.
Yeah, but I was like, who's
the fact that I even said a partial name.
Well,
I get credit for that.
I think it's because in real life, Cody's girlfriend's name is Christy, I think.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
So it's easy. But Christine and Cody, classic example of that in BB16. Cody was just, they were tickling each other and Christine's poor husband's at home like, so, if I saw my husband cuddling and hugging and caress, I would break into the Big Brother house and I would go ham.
100%. But I would also have had a conversation. I'm sure I would have had a conversation with Douglas say, I will be touching. I will not touch below the waist, but I will touch, and you're going to have to just not watch.
Exactly. So that would be a hard one for me because Chel's been talking about wanting to go on Survivor now. You need to do it. He's like, and I said, I was explaining to him because now he's starting to watch the seasons. And I said, it gets cold that night. So you have to cuddle with people. And we were talking about how coming back to Russell, how Parvati and Russell, how he was married and he was all kind of like, he was enjoying it too much. Like there's one thing for warmth. I go, just pick either the oldest woman, because I'm older than Chell, so I want him to keep up, with the trends of his life. Or maybe like a guy, cuddle with a guy, but don't tie braid in him, because I won't be happy about that. I won't be happy.
Yeah.
Male
I don't
or female.
care what the sex is. Don't be going too far with them. Yeah.
Yeah. No genital touching. No.
You got to find the other married people, I think. Like, I think I remember Jonathan Penner doing that with whoever the married female was that. Like, you try to find the other married person and be like, okay, we are going to cuddle without any awkwardness because we just need warmth.
Which is like so, it's crazy because a lot of times you hear those stories about married people that cheat with each other. It's like friends. Like, remember Shania Twain, her husband Mutt, whatever his name is, he left her for her friend, who then Shania dated. They were like, screw you. So the friend's husband Shania dated, and you hear those stories so much of people who are married who are.
Isn't that insane?
It's insane.
Like, that happens. How crazy is that?
Chell, is that what you're saying, Sarah? It should be okay.
Yeah. He's like, no, it's fine.
Chell was like, fine. I'm not going to go on Survivor then, because I'm going to always have to think about. And I was like, okay,
Chell, when you go on Survivor, do not think about what Joleen is saying. Okay, you got to let that go. She'll get over it. It'll be okay.
Chell's been studying for nursing. He said older don't have enough circulation.
That's true. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yes, the throuple steamrolling their way to the end. But I do have to say,
they're not steamrolling. That's the wrong term. I just have to say.
Oh, what is it?
Well, let's just remember, they've always been 3, and there used to be a lot more people in the house, and they did not win. Steamrolling implies that you've won and won and won and won. There were 3 people, and these people did not get them out. And instead they were taken out by each other. And these 3 just sat over here protected. So they're still here, but they did not steamroll.
When you break it down, or when they're breaking it down now that they know about the oddballs and they're putting the numbers, they're like, they had that many people. Even Jed tied, they're like, you didn't take us out? Like, that's your own fault. So it's nobody's fault. And I do have to acknowledge, as a Big Brother fan, and I know people hate this about me, but I don't care, that we have never, in the U.S. Big Brother, I've never seen 3 Black men in the final 7, coming into the final 6. I've never seen so many people of color represented toward the end of this game. In U.S. Big Brother, you guys, I know a lot of you might just be Canadian fans, they always we usually only get like maybe 2 people of color, like maybe 3.
Right, in the original cast.
In the original cast. Yes, so, and normally right away they're targeted.
Protected at the very beginning of the season.
So this is monumental. So it is hard for me with like Jed and Ty. It's like, this is awesome. This is what white dudes have been doing in Big Brother forever. If you look at the Brigade, there's so many alliances of guys. And not all of them. Enzo, look at this, like 2 seasons of Enzo Final 2, and he didn't do shit. So, and they should have taken him out. You know what I mean? Even though he was kind of a goat to sit next to.
In the U.S., we literally celebrate when a person of color makes jury. That's the celebration. So, yes. Yeah. But we started with such an epic, diverse cast. So, love it.
So I can't not recognize that, because for us in the US, we're just like, what's that like? Because we don't know about that life, and we want to know about that life. So yeah, Hitmen, I mean, we've had so many groups of just white dudes getting to the end, and
one of the best players though.
Dan. Or no, I'm sorry. We're talking about the Hitmen. That's Derek.
That's Derek. I just like to poke it, Joleen.
Yes, Derek, you are such a good player and a cop. No, the Hitmen, I was thinking about the Renegades or whatever with Dan. But I mean, Derek played Big Brother too, so that's cool. Maybe one day he'll be as good as Dan if
he did play. That's right, he did play Big Brother.
Yeah, he did. I think did Derek win? I don't remember. Big BB16 was like,
yes, he won, and he's one of the best things, one of the best to ever play.
Jolene, do you cover Seeking Sister Wife? I feel like I want to cover that, but I don't even know what that is.
Jolene needs to cover this right now.
I feel like that's right up my alley.
Yes.
Yes, and glad to see Native. Yeah, so we also have an Indigenous
Right?
fan. We have so much good stuff. So despite us not liking maybe some people's personality or Kiefer tooting his own, horn toot toot all the time, this is monumental for Big Brother fans. And maybe not Canadians. Maybe Canadians are like, whatever, we've seen this. But for Americans, I'm just like, holy shit, this is so great. This is so great.
And they got a missed, those two men.
They do. They haven't missed. And if they get far enough, if they do get to the final two, props to them. Because like I said, Big Brother isn't necessarily about always winning the most. And no one in the house is ever going to have perfect reads on everything. The only people that do are us, because we watch it from outside of the house. So if they get to the end, their social game was on point. It was on point. I mean, even Tara, she's trying her best to stay mad at Jed. Jed invites her to Wendy's and she's on the feed. She's like, I guess he's like a good person because he said, I want to invite, or she goes, I think he's inviting me so that my family sees I'm able to have a edit to talk about my brother and it'll air. And I'm just like, see, as much as Tara has wanted to vilify Jed, especially in this game, and Beth made a really good point. She was like, it's good for Jed to take out Tara. I mean, it's not necessarily good for his game because I think anyone can beat Tara in the end. But if you're looking at that, like the arc of the drama in the house, I guess it's good because Tara has had it out for Jed since day one. And she's taken out her hatred for Jed, her on and off hatred for Jed, I should say, on Ty. And she's yelled at Ty for things that Jed did or things that she thought. I mean, she's just done so many weird social things in this house. So it's kind of.
Jed called her cool. Said she looked like a 13-year-old boy in the beginning. I just like to bring that back up. But here we are. We've come so far. They're on a Wendy's date today.
They're on a Wendy's date. And I think that there are, there's worse things to be called than a 13-year-old boy, unless you're.
I mean, honestly, that's the most problematic thing that Jed has done this entire season. And Ty, I guess it's to be debated if what he's doing with Brayden is problematic, but that's it. We got two lovely gentlemen who are probably going to be in the final three at least. And their social game was so good that everyone protected them, even though everyone also wanted to get them out. So I got no problems with it, even though I don't think their game was great. They obviously had a good social game.
Yeah, I mean, ideally, I thought it would be really neat if we saw a Kiefer Vic final two, just the two super fans, if you will. But the more interviews, as much as I love,
amazing,
right? The much as I love Vic, though, the more I listen to her interviews and stuff she says, the more I'm thinking, was she really a super fan? I mean, I don't believe any of these people are really super fans because they hardly cast a true super fan, because it would be like, a true super fan would be like they'd have to cast Sarah. They would have to cast me. They'd have to cast Taryn from Rob Has a Podcast. They would have to cast any of those people over there. They would have to cast who else?
Anyone in the chat right here.
Yeah, anyone in the chat. Like, I feel like that is casting a true super fan. So maybe she just really likes the show, but some of her answers are funny. Rose seemed to be, if you guys want to go back and listen to that interview Taryn did, it's really quick. It's like 7 minutes. They're doing the exit interviews. He was just asking them, rate how the players are playing. Who do you think is the best? Who do you think is worse? Who would you most likely to vote for? Just really cool basic questions that you just want to hear the answer to. And Rose seemed to have a better read outside of the house now that he's
thank goodness.
Yeah.
Read in the house. Didn't do it.
Best read. But yeah, cast us all in the chat. That's how it goes. And so when we see US super fans do horribly, I think it's because they're not really super fans. I say that all the while knowing that if I was ever on Big Brother, which I'll never apply to be on Big Brother because I can't share a bathroom and I just don't want to be filmed 24/7 for that long, and I don't look good.
Y'all don't want to see it. You know what? You don't want to see it.
So I don't think I would want that. But I also think I would not be good at this game. I like to talk about it. I like to make fun of it. I like to have fun with it, but I don't think I would be a good Big Brother player. And
I think a super fan is someone who's at least aware of the feeds. And so a lot of these super fans who go on don't understand the feeds and never saw what was really going on. That's the difference. But Meech, I always feel like Meech is such a good example of how a super fan gets in the house and just loses it.
Yes, I kind of feel I would be a big Meech. I would cry. I would have a weird cry, especially if someone called me a see you next Tuesday. Like I think Paul called her a see you next Tuesday, Beardo Paul. And so I would cry. I would probably punch him. But then there's a felony. So maybe I would just cry instead and break something. But
it'd be tough to be in the house with him.
Speaking of super fans, Miranda. You could cast Miranda. She's a super fan.
Miss Miranda.
We always talk about how it would be fun if they did do a season of super fans. If
it was all super fans. Yeah. I mean, I would love if they put like some of the Rob Habits of Podcast people in with some of us other YouTubers. Like if it was legit super fans, but in all of them and not just the one token super fan, that would be interesting to see because then we could all just be freaks. But
yeah, and we would all have an understanding that Taryn's the first to go because he's too smart and he's too
100% Taryn's the first to go.
He has to go. Like, don't think you got an alliance with Taryn. Don't let him his curls fool you. He's done.
That's on us. If we don't take him out, that is just on us, and he deserves the win. The whole thing.
He deserves the win. You can't let a Taryn go Puya play. You gotta get rid of him. Too likable. Do you know what I mean?
Well, if the whole house is full of all of us, then we're all that.
But there's some of us that aren't that likable, you know, and no, I'm just kidding. I'm so likable, you guys. I'm really likable. But yeah, I mean, if like, let's say Miranda's in their stairs and they're busy in there, Jess and Matt Carter in there, like how exciting. That would be so fun. But yeah, no, thank you, Miranda, saying we all look beautiful. That's a compliment to Taryn because he, if anyone,
Taryn, we're saying Taryn is the best.
Yeah,
we are complimenting him.
Taryn is probably civilian Dan Giesling. Do you know what I mean? That's like his. I think he'd be on that level if he played with us. Now, I don't mean to give him too much credit because he's never played before, but he covers it that much that I think he would be.
Yeah, I mean, who's to say? Like we already said, once we get in a house, it's totally different, and we could just screw up. So maybe he wouldn't be able to do it, but he knows all the angles. So I don't even want to like risk it unless I know I'm his number 2, right? In which case I'll protect him. But if I'm not his number 2, which why would I be? He's got to go.
He's got everyone associated except for, I think, there's a couple girls there that I would just align with because they're girls and I like them. And Taryn's, I don't know Taryn. I'm sure he's a nice, great person. So I like how you guys are like, Rob is a podcast being dragged. It's not really a drag. We're actually giving him compliments.
We're giving him the props.
Aman, he's way too likable.
Oh, he'd so have to go too.
But I think like there's
I'd want to work with him though. I would want to work with these people. It would be really tough because I would be like, do I trust them or do they have a whole alliance? It'd be so scary. But I would try to work with Aman. I would. And Puya, I would try.
I mean, I guess I would maybe try to work with Puya. I would never try to work with Taryn. I feel like he would find a way to you would think you were aligned with him. And then a lot of people would think they were aligned with him. Because I think someone says his game would be awkward. It might be, but we all would be. Let's be honest. We all talk a big game on YouTube, but I get in the house like,
my social game is not good.
But the girls on Rob as a podcast, I think there's like a Melissa and then there's a Kristen or something. If they were on, I would probably try to align with them. Obviously, my Sarah, my Busy, Miranda. But I think that would be kind of, I'm not that everyone watches our channel. Not to be like, no one from CBS would know. That's Joleen from YouTube. They would only know because Joe's like, if I ever get on Survivor, I'm going to ask if I can have my wife visit. As you know what I mean? Like I'll have my wife visit if I get to the I'll just get to the family visit and then I can come and we can compete. He goes, I have a feeling that if I tell CBS, you have Joleen Lunzer, they'll be like, Joleen Lunzer with the YouTube that we don't approve of?
Sorry.
No.
We will not fly.
No.
Nope. Mm-mm.
Can you be married to Sarah Atwood for a little bit? She can come. But Jolene, hells no. She's been dragging this show.
Do you have a sister? How's your relationship with your parents? Any of them? Who else can come besides Jolene?
Exactly. So that's for sure. Jolene, who would do your impression of you if you were in the house? You could win them over by doing your impressions of past house guests until they were annoyed with me. Everyone thinks it's fun to hang out with comedians until you hang out with comedians. And we're not that fun because either we dial it down and we aren't funny at all, or we're only on sometimes. And when we're not on, we're really off. Like we're emotionally unstable. So, I just love Sarah, the lawyer. She'd be a good player.
No, Melissa. Melissa's the lawyer.
Melissa. Okay. Yeah. Because I was like, they have some really great women on that channel.
Yeah. Oh, I would definitely try to have a women's alliance, and I would hope that we could actually do it.
I hope we could too. I would love
I am
that.
not dragging Taryn. Stop it, Maureen.
Wait,
Stop
the
it.
only person that'll go before Taryn is Nicole Anthony's weird friend. That's the only one, Molly O'Brien. We would take him out first.
Oh my God, Molly. What if he was on the cast with us? I would keep him in with Jolene just as long as possible.
That'd be so
because
awkward.
the viewers need it. The viewers need it. So I'm not evicting either one.
And if Miranda was in there with us, me, weird cargo shorts 40-year-old, and Miranda would be at each other's like.
I would just be sitting back watching that.
First of all, weird cargo shorts would be like, I don't know them. I don't know. And I'd be like, but you do. But you do.
You'd be like, that's funny. You follow me.
I could have a messy hair bun, be friends. I think there would be other YouTubers who would make fun of all of us. Which one's Leanna? Leanna would kill at BB. Who's that?
I don't know, Leanna. I don't know.
Tracy, give us more deets. Yeah, that would
I believe
be the fun
you,
part.
Tracy. That's good. I want to align with her.
Amon would be in a showmance. That would be cute. I'd like to see him. And
ooh, you know what? I would like David. If David could come on with us, I would like David and Amon to be in a showmance.
Oh my God.
I would like to hook it up.
And Busy kind of know each other. Not really. I think Busy had hit up at one time to collaborate, but I don't think they ever did. And I don't think they're on bad terms. They don't really know each other, but I think that maybe they're not huge fans of each other. But I don't know. Maybe Amon doesn't know who he is. But I think Busy has said before that he's okay. So that might be an interesting little, he's okay. Is Nicole Anthony still in the sunken place? Yeah, she's in the upside down. So someone save her. Oh, Puya's wife. Okay, sorry. I don't know everybody's name, but
Puya has a wife?
I didn't know that either.
I don't know how this turned into 20 minutes of us not only knowing half of Rob has a podcast.
We're so bad at this. But
we started talking about them and then we're like, who are these people?
We can't watch Rob and do our own thing. So it's like
we're only busy people.
Some of the people like Fridays. I know Puya's on Fridays, and I really enjoy Puya. So I like watching his updates. I find him just so relatable and cool. And the women I think are great. Amon, obviously, I see him on Twitter. He kills it on Twitter. And then Taryn, everybody knows Taryn. And then Rob, and that's pretty much the only names I know.
Same.
So, yeah, that's good. Why do I want to do Nicole? You're so mean. You're so mean. I got married and I'm pregnant. Leave me alone. It's like 9 months of this, okay? I only have so many weird outfits to wear that fit, okay?
Okay. Oh, I got it. I thought it was the other Nicole, and then I figured it out.
Nicole has the Long Island or whatever. She's like, yeah, I can't do that accent, Sarah. Can you do it as an actress? I feel like you would be good at that.
Yes, but give me a half an hour and then I'll come back and do it. I can't. I gotta be like, how does it go?
Because she's Long Island. Long
Island. It's more of a Tami and a Christy when I do it. It's more of and my bladder woke me up and I knew that Cliff was working with someone else. He's coming for us.
That was really good. He's coming for us. I can't do the East Coast. I can do a little Boston, maybe, which I'm so sorry, people in Boston, because I have a lot of friends that are from Boston. They're like, your Boston is horrible. And I'm just like, at the car, the bar, that's all. People in Boston talk in Bostonian. When I've been there, this is all I hear. Beer. Like Sam Adams. I don't know what. I was in a Boston bar doing a show, and I got off stage and I heard people fighting. And so I told the booker, I go, it's on the other side of the bar. I go, I think there's a fight going on. They're like, oh no, that's just Carl and Rob. They're friends. And I'm like, that's not how friends talk to each other. But they were screaming at each other, no, you. And they're hitting. I was like, God, I don't know about this Boston life. So
yeah, I don't know that I can do Boston.
Yeah, I always sound angry and constipated when I do Long Island. I do. I'm just like, Well, you just
in the Harvard Yard. That's all I can do.
That's good in the Harvard Yard. It's very Goodwill Hunting.
And Southie. Yeah.
Southie. Ben Affleck drinking problem. I don't know. Doing math at the college, even though I don't go here. Casey Affleck.
How do you like them apples? This is just. Please let us know when you'd like us to wrap this up.
Yeah, because everybody is surprised that Puya. This is my favorite
Puya got married. This is exciting. I can't wait to look all this up. I love it. Thank you, Adam, for keeping us in the loop on who's married.
Yeah, but it's my favorite kind of
can you see my
live
gray?
Streaming. I can, just a little, just a teeny bit.
I'm getting it touched up tomorrow.
Wait, let's see mine. Look at the back of my hair. Look at the. I don't really brush the back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you see this? This is bad too.
No, because you're blonde. It doesn't show up as much.
What's a little more orange? I got that stuff that it's like paint you put on it. Powder. This is my favorite kind of live streaming, Sarah. When you just go off.
We are submitting this to the streamies, the webbies, any of those. I feel like this is the one we submit for the awards. This is it.
Oh, Lauren, if I was on BB21, I would have
left. I would have
fought someone, I feel like.
We get so mad when people self-evict, and then I'd be like, no, y'all don't get it. Once you're in the house with these people, you have to leave. You have to leave.
If I was by Jerkson for any amount of time, I'd be like, this is the dude you lay with. This is the dude you lay with. Look at his jaw. It like comes undone. It's like, what is it? The alien or the jaw that is like, and it opens up and it eats everyone alive. I would hurt feelings. That's the thing. Do a New Jersey accent. What is New Jersey again? It's Teresa Giudice.
They're all too close. Is it? Yeah. It's almost like Long Island.
It's Jersey. Hey, Tony Soprano and stuff. Hey, guy. That's not good. That's not good. No, right? Did I lose Sarah? Oh no, I lost her in a thing where she's doing this. Did I lose you, Sarah? You're back?
I'm back.
Okay. Yeah. You stopped like this.
My New York was so bad that my stream was like kaputs. She cannot do Jersey or New York. Stop it now.
Stop it. That's actually really good.
Stop it.
See, I think you're really good at that. You got to quit putting yourself down. You are very good.
I actually have a degree in this for college, so it should be halfway decent, but it's not always. So here we are.
And I have a degree in journalism, yet the facts are murky.
And this is our show.
This is what we're doing. Julie, what if you had to spend the whole week with Nicole Anthony? That would be rough. I would try to unprogram her. But I don't know.
Best friends if we were spending the week together.
Just like the Q people, like, it's going to be hard to
weird together.
Yeah, we would. Sarah and her would get along. Sarah's interviewed her. So, Ron, stop. Yeah, that's on Jersey Shore. Did you ever watch Jersey Shore, Sarah?
No.
I feel like, God, you just won't
watch. But I worked
trash.
with the woman who created Jersey Shore. I worked with her for a while, and she is a very interesting person. But the thing I loved about her is that, because she is from Jersey, and she basically was like, you know what? I need to create a show about where I'm from. She wears the same thing every day, a black hoodie and black yoga pants every single day. Very casual. Sometimes they have holes in them. Like, doesn't matter that she's super rich. She's like, I don't care. This is the crap I'm wearing. But she also is layered in like diamonds and jewels and like so much jewelry, all the bracelets and rings. And she's not as tan as like a Jersey. I mean, she's been in LA forever. So she's like normal skin tone. But I was like, I love her fashion. These are my fashion goals. I want to wear the most casual outfits with all the jewelry. Like that's the dream.
That's
and I was
kind of how I feel, even though my jewelry is really cheap. But I just wear t-shirts and yoga pants and slides because that's what the Panakuchen has done. But I love it. Unprogram her. We could all work to do that.
Yes, Ricky Bobby, that's her.
Ricky Bobby, Taryn's on Twitch right now and chuckled when he heard he'd be the first out. But tell him it's because
you're telling Taryn about us? Oh my God!
I think he understands.
Oh no! I have to hide. Taryn doesn't know who I am. Don't tell him about me. It's a
Sarah,
big secret.
I know everybody. Everybody knows who everybody is in this world. Yes, of course. Rob follows you on Twitter. Like they know who you are.
Rob, but that's not Taryn.
Yeah, I guarantee Taryn knows who we are. Ask him if he knows who we are, and if he doesn't,
I'd stop talking about me. I'm so embarrassed right now.
You're acting like he's a celebrity. It's just Taryn. Oh my God, it's just Taryn.
I'm like the giddy girl in middle school. I'm like,
do you have a crush on Taryn? Do you have a crush on Taryn?
Yes, I have like a nerdy BB crush on Taryn. Not like I want to hook up with him, but like a nerdy like he's my BB like Nerd.
That's why you want to tell Douglas, hey, nothing underneath the pants, nothing in the swimsuit area, but maybe I'll rub Taryn's nipples.
With Taryn, I mean,
oh,
not making promises.
I'd be like, hi, little buddy. I would just noogie him and be like, you sweetie. Sarah, that is cute. That is cute. I didn't know that you you're like, Taryn is like your Mariah Carey. Like, I feel like I would be that way around like Mariah Carey.
He's my Mariah Carey.
Leonardo DiCaprio, or who's like a random person. I mean, I have little crushes of people who are kind of, but I feel like he's like a regular person. He would be nice to you. You know, oh my God, Taryn.
Oh, I'm sure he'd be nice.
All have crushes on Taryn. How come no one has a crush on me?
So cute. Joleen, I have a crush on you.
Thank you. God, somebody.
I am so about the self-effect. I was like, where's something I can cover myself with?
That would be cute if you guys were in a non-sexual showmance. Like you were just in like, you had your own. That's okay. Now I know if I go in there and Taryn's in there, I'm not going to be able to trust you around him. I'll be like, Sarah will 100%. Sell us out for Taryn.
Yes, I will. I want to be the Cody to Taryn's Derek. I want to be the who's the guy that Memphis to Taryn's Dan. Yeah.
Oh my God. You would be Memphis and Cody. That's not a good place to put yourself, Sarah. You're a little better than that. But
that's why we got to get Taryn out first so I don't fall to that.
Y'all need Jesus. We do.
Y'all need Jesus.
But apparently Taryn has all these crushes. It's like, I guess you got to be young and a dude with curly hair to get any play. You can't be 41.
Cute robot. He's
with stringy hair. He's a cute little robot. Sarah is blushing.
I totally was blushing. This is, what is this? Why are we on the internet? Look at this.
Do I think any YouTubers are like super great? I can't even. I mean, I like you guys, but it's like nobody that's going to make me blush.
You guys are killing me.
What did they say? I can't see. Why am I missing out? Is it Sarah Atwood? I'll tell.
If I see this clip anywhere, you guys are dead to me. Clip
this, add it to Twitter. Sarah loves Taryn. Pass it on. S&T. Sat. Sarah. No, Sarah Atwood, Taryn, Sat. I'm going to take both of you out. If I'm in there, I'll be like, put up the showmance. I don't go, Sarah, this is who you lay with. This is who you lay with. Sarah, this is like too funny.
I really am. Oh my gosh.
Jolene, you sounded like Franzel. I know, like I can't. I go back into my Minnesota accent and I just be like, Sarah, okay, who is it? It's not fair. Like, I feel like you're going to pick Taryn over me. And we're supposed to, this will be, I'll be the Franzel, you'll be the Danny, and he's the Cody. And you're going to pick her. Well, technically they both picked Cody over each other, but you know what I'm saying. Brent can go on the show. Yeah, there's Brent. That's an option.
That'd be very dramatic.
I think he would probably cause more drama than even me. But yeah, all right. So Sarah, Sarah's so cute. Sarah and Taryn sitting in the tree. Julie, Jennings, ING. First comes HOH, then comes POV, then comes some baby. No, I don't know. But so there you go.
This has just gone off the rails, you guys. I am a married woman. Let's not get crazy, okay?
Wow.
Also, Taryn has got to be half my age.
Is he like 27? I'm guessing. 27, 26?
Yeah, he's got to be late 20s, right? He's not 30 yet, right?
Is he legal? And by legal, we mean drinking age, because no one dates teenagers. Okay, it's just like, let's be real. If Sarah's going to leave her husband, it's not going to be for an 18-year-old. Do you know what I mean?
Not leaving my husband. Let's make this clear.
Jack and Jackson alike. What, do you hate me, Natalie? Why would you even
Natalie
say
came
those
in
things?
real hot. Real.
Oh my God. He's all 29. Get him right before 30, Sarah. Nice and
perfect.
Right before
just like
30.
I like him. Yeah.
God, I love doing this. But I know Sarah's going to be like, why didn't you end the stream 22 minutes ago?
I honestly was going to wrap up the stream because my mother-in-law is waiting for me downstairs. But now it got so awkward that I don't want to wrap up the stream because then it'll look like I'm wrapping up the stream because of this whole thing. So I'm just going to ride it out at this point.
Oh my gosh. Jolene, what do you mean by unprogram her?
Oh,
you know what
that's
I mean.
that's a
about
whole
drama.
other.
You
That's
know what I mean?
different. That's one without me. You guys can talk about that later.
Yeah, we can't do this with Sarah on here. Okay, so there you go, you guys. That is all the spoilers you need to know. Jed is HOH. I don't know if they've. It looks like they're maybe doing the ceremony tomorrow. Were they doing it today?
Tomorrow.
The beats were down, so it'll be tomorrow. Most likely it'll be for sure Tara and Tina. With Tara going home, but things change, and Tara could quit before then because she has been very vocal about I just what's the point? And like Sarah said, Tina's just kind of like, okay, well, see ya. I think Tina knows like that's numbers for me, but
Yeah.
this is a little much. And okay, I'm gonna call it right now. There will be a Tina Tara little thing, a little beef, a little fight. Not huge, not like a Vic Tara, but I think there's gonna be some little spat. I think there's gonna be a spat because you feel the tension building, and I wouldn't blame Tina if she was like, shut the fuck up, like for real.
Tina and Tara definitely going up. I think what will be interesting to just see how this week goes down if they decide to, if somebody comes off the block, do they take out Brayden or do they break up Tina and Tara? That's what will be interesting for this week. Nothing more exciting than that is going to happen.
Yeah, and who knows with Tina and her kind of under the radar social play and suggestions, maybe she can talk them into a Brayden backdoor, and they'll be like, you know what that is? That's a good idea, right? That's we could do that because they changed their mind a lot. So I never know. Sarah, thank you for joining. I hope
Thank
you had
you.
such a fun weekend and good time with your mother-in-law. Don't tell her about the Taryn talk. She probably won't appreciate it.
She won't get it.
But we appreciate you being so candid and cute.
Thank you for having me. And thank you everyone for embarrassing me in the chat. You guys are the best.
I am not mad about Jed. You guys have a wonderful night. Don't forget to follow and subscribe to Sarah at Nerdtainment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And we will see you very soon. Bye, everybody.
Bye.